What's going on? What's going on, people? How y'all been? Been gone for maybe about a week or so, I think. And I'm back to do another editorial, of course. As usual, if you can, I'd appreciate if you subscribe, like the video, whatever. You can even share it. You know, other people got opinions. I like to hear other people's opinions too. So, what I wanted to talk about, a couple things today. First thing, it was interesting because I had heard online. I actually went to North Carolina this past weekend, and I didn't have any signal at all. So like I wasn't even caught up on everything that was happening. But it just so happens that when I had gotten to an area where I had signal, I had read up on a rapper named The Baby got ran up on by some dude named Cam Coldheart, and this is in Charlotte. I was actually in Raleigh and Cary, which I don't think is too far from Charlotte, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, dude, apparently from the whole story I'm getting, which I heard from TMZ and the Breakfast Club, the dude, Cam Coldheart, had been talking hard smack on this dude, The Baby, for like 2 years now. Like every move yo made, yo had something to say about it, like a typical hater, you know? Somebody that you making moves, you mad, they mad because they're not making moves and you are making moves, and they always got something to say about you. I mean, that's just how it goes when you're making moves and you're successful. You making some kind of progress, you got haters. People that just are jealous and they think they deserve to be in your spot over you. So, of course, you know, dude just going on a rant, lighting this dude up, like just completely obliterating this guy. So, dude, you know, I guess he gets tired of this shit and says, yo, you know, you can see me, whatever. You can see, it's whatever, you can see me. So, guy says, all right, well, give me the location and I'll pull up. So, if you're not familiar with what happened from there, the dude was in Charlotte, North Carolina, or I think, what is it? Charlotte, I think it is. Charlotte, North Carolina, and he's in one of those malls in a Louis Vuitton store. This is The Baby, and his boy was in the mall. So they're in the mall in a Louis Vuitton store. Apparently, from what I heard, shopping for a belt, which makes this whole situation all the more ironic. Like, yo, first off, my man ran up on dude while he was in the store and had out the Instagram like, yo, this guy a bitch, he a bitch, look at him, acting like he don't see me. He acting like he don't see me. He not gonna run up on me though, he not gonna do shit, talking shit, talking that cash shit, right? Okay, so the dude, The Baby, in the background, I guess he heard everything, he taking all his stuff off, ready to guff. So the next thing we see, the dude, The Baby he got his Instagram out, and he like, his motherfucker a bitch, he ain't gonna do shit, buy your shit, don't worry about me, come in and buy your shit, don't worry about what I'm gonna do, cause you been talking all that shit, don't ignore me, just go ahead and buy your shit. You know, you said I ain't gonna fade you, go ahead and buy it, don't worry about me. So the dude, Cam Coldheart, looked like he was a little defensive. Now it could have been because the dude, The Baby, was there with two of his boys. I'm not quite sure, but I will say this. The dude, The Baby, tried to back up because the dude, the dude, Cam Coldheart, tried to back up because the dude, The Baby, was coming towards him. He tripped on like one of those stands. He lost his footing, and I guess he like thought he was in danger, so he tries to swing on the dude, The Baby. So, of course, as usual with any footage, when there's a guff that ensues, the shit just goes haywire. You can't really see what's happening. The next video we see, the dude, The Baby, is on Instagram, and he's talking hella shit like, yeah, I'm out here by myself, blah blah blah, such and such. Look at this bitch ass motherfucker. The camera goes on the dude, Cam Coldheart, who started the whole shit, and my man is on the ground bleeding, leaking, like, bruh. All right, so look, this is my opinion on the whole situation, and what makes it ironic is he was on the ground leaning up against the wall with his nose busted, blood every fucking where, blood on the ground. His pants were all the way down by his ankles, which makes the whole situation funny as a bitch because the dude, The Baby, was going to buy a Louis Vuitton belt apparently. His thing, looks like Cam Coldheart needed a belt too because he got knocked the fuck out. So here's my opinion on the whole situation. The shit was funny. Either way, it always is a bad look when you get beat up on camera and, you know, the internet finds out about it and they just light you up. I don't think this is gonna go that far though. They might do some memes, but I don't think they're gonna light this dude up like that because this shit really isn't like frontline news. It is news, but it's not frontline news. So I mean, he might get clowned for like a few days, but I really don't see it going anywhere further than that. My opinion on the whole situation, I think, dude, I mean, you know, I personally am always a fan of hand-to-hand combat. I like fighting, you know. If somebody is gonna, if they got a problem with somebody or some shit like that and they want to guff, I think motherfuckers should be men and put the guns and the weapons down and they should guff. But I mean, it don't always work like that in the world, though. Motherfuckers ain't always about that action. So when people are, you know, whether you win, lose, or draw, I got respect for that. That's just being completely honest. Dude went in, he had something to say. He ain't like the dude because he was jealous. He went in and saw him with the hands. He got the shit knocked out of him. And then the next day he carried it like, yo, you know, he got a little 1-2 in. He said he got jumped, but I don't believe that. Motherfuckers always got excuses when they get slapped around. But he probably just got 2-piece for real. He was knocked out. That shit happens. And he looked like he was bigger than the dude, the baby too. So, man, you know, size don't always matter when two people are inexperienced. But he got chin checked. He got knocked the fuck out. I mean, he carried it like the next day, you know. All right, well, I want to fight him again. I mean, some people may say that's a stupid course of action. Some people might find it admirable. I'm not going to judge, but what I will say is I do respect the fact that dude went and saw him with the hands. I mean, hey, I don't got too much to say about a man that'll scrap, so. Yeah, I think that situation was crazy. It was funny as hell. It made the Breakfast Club, but that's pretty much, I think that's pretty much the brunt of that shit. Unless it goes beyond the fighting, which I hope it doesn't. Two brothers just need to fight and let it be. I don't even really condone that fisticuff shit anyway, yo, because the shit, that's backwards progress. We need to be moving forward. But I mean, you know, when it does happen, it is good to see two people scrapping it out. Anyway, moving on. I want to talk about the whole 5G situation with Japan and America. If you're not aware, 5G is being heavily sought over between America and Japan. Excuse me, I said Japan. I fucked that up. It's China, not Japan. It's China, from what I understand. China's way ahead of America when it comes to 5G. So with that said, the race to 5G, they're trying to really put together a solid program with 5G to make it so that it's viable for everybody to use. You have certain programs, which I'll get into that in a minute, which are saying they serve 5G, but that's questionable. So anyway, America is trying to compete with China with 5G, and the problem with that is going to be we are so far behind China with R&D, with technology. Is ridiculous. We make really, really dangerous bombs and weapons and all kinds of air weapons and all kinds of submarine weapons and wild shit. But when it comes to R&D for public use, you know, we behind like a motherfucker. Anybody who's been to Japan can really vouch for that, man. We way behind, you know, and it's all because, you know, we're always putting money into fucking taking other people's shit around the world because our shit's running low, so we take everybody else's shit rather than putting money in R&D, research and development, disease curing, stuff like that. And that money gets squandered just like any money in any authority. But what they're basically saying is the first country to fully design a working program for 5G is going to be the most influential around the world. You know, it's pretty much going to be a situation where whoever comes up with it first, a lot of other technologies and devices are going to be influenced by that country. So I think that's something that's very important to note, man. I think all this taking shit from other people is going to bite us in the ass at the end of the day, because we spend so much time taking shit from people, we never really learn how to make our own shit unless it's shit to take other shit from other people. So we'll see what happens with that whole race with that shit. But it's interesting to see how that goes. You know, so I'm just keeping an eye out to see exactly how that 5G situation turns out. I also read online that what America might do is the same shit they did with the moon landing. Fucking lie about it and pretend we got 5G and just call upgraded 4G 5G when it's not really 5G. And then the people in America aren't really going to know the difference because they don't live in those other countries that are going to have 5G. So they don't know how much better that technology is. That's been going on forever. I remember when I had a Sidekick LX phone that came out, and they released an update about 6 months into me having the phone. It was cutting edge technology back then, but they released the update. Basically, the update made it so that you could record video on your phone. Funny thing is, Japan had this technology forever. Like, they literally had this technology since the phone came out. I think it was like a year ahead of us. So it's like, what the fuck have y'all been doing? We're getting this update stupid late. And you know, why is that? You know, it's very simple. You know, the money gets spent in other areas. So I don't know. I think it's just really interesting to see how that works. So I mean, I'm all for the race to see who gets the 5G argument. You know, I think America's if they don't win, they're gonna pretend they did. You know, that's just the way they do shit. You know, you gotta move the units, you gotta sell the shit. The shit has to be bought. If you can boast that 5G without spending 5G money, they're gonna go for that shit. So what do you guys think about the both scenarios, the stupid ass fight, and then 5G, which I think of 5G is argumentatively the more important of the two pieces of news. But hey, I give my opinion on different shit around here. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. If you could, I'd appreciate, you know, sharing it and getting a few people to subscribe. Trying to build the subscribers up, get to 200. So that's what I'm working on. Let me know your opinion, all right? Meanwhile, I'm gonna go do shit. Peace out. Take it easy.